Good evening and God bless. I know it's been a few days since I've made a video, but I'm in New York for a family member's funeral, and I have work to do, and I have had time to do the work that I need to do. It's all electronic and digital, but I cannot get myself motivated to do it. And I am really thinking, my friends keep laughing at me, but I'm really thinking about going back into the classroom. I have about 5-ish years before I retire. And in order to maintain my administrative position that I have to complete a year of school with the district that I work for. I have to then apply to a program to clear the administrative credential that I have. That program I can do through my district or I can pay, but it's, I think, a 3-year program. And so that's already 4 years of school between now and when I'm potentially done studying. And that just assumes that I get into the program right away. But if I don't, that's a whole nother extra year, which puts me at like 5 years, right up until I retire. And if I had become an administrator 10 years ago, I would probably feel different about where I am right now. 10 years ago, I was younger. 10 years ago, I was motivated to study. 10 years ago, I began a PhD program. 10 years ago, I was single, like literally single. I didn't even have a boyfriend, let alone a husband. So it was different. And now I can't really see the purpose. Everyone keeps saying the money, the money, the money. I just don't know that the money is that good. The jump from the pay that I made as a teacher, I just don't know. And I know that my procrastination about the work I need to do is not because it's hard. It's just because I don't want to do it. And reading some of the literature on being an admin, it's all about, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? What is your, it's not thing, but like, what is your go-to? What is your reason for being? And I can't ever come up with one. I was one of those teachers in the classroom that loved being a teacher, despite all the crazy you hear on the internet about teaching and what they ask us to do and the hoops they ask us to jump through and the difficulties of the children and the problematic parents. All of it is true. But there was such joy in it for me. I just think that I might just go back into the classroom next year. My friends think I'm crazy. My friends are like, girl, you're going to be an admin. What if you want to open a school one day? You need that admin credential. Maybe. Maybe I do and maybe I don't. I don't know. It's frustrating because I'm missing that part of my life. I'm missing that joy. Even the routine of it, like at least knowing what my days were going to be like, even with the interruptions that we would get, phone calls from the office, fire drills, lockdown drills, or real lockdowns, kids throwing up, all of that. It interrupts your day, but I don't know, I felt like I had more autonomy in the classroom. I felt actually, looking back on it, I was a little bit of an entrepreneur in my classroom. I provided the supplies that I wanted my kids to use. I didn't count on the district to provide it. I made sure I was accountable to the standards, but used whatever curriculum I felt worked best for my kids. There was a place for me to be creative, and the outcomes. There's nothing like teaching a kid to read. There's nothing like having kids who can't hold a pencil, can't write, and then have them writing stories and pages and paragraphs. I taught first grade, so they couldn't write because they were young, not because they couldn't write. And they couldn't read because they didn't have to go to school before first grade, and a lot of them come as non-readers. But that joy, I am missing that joy. So I guess that's my prayer. That's my thing over the next 6 months. I have to really figure out how many years am I going to be an administrator, and am I going to go back to the classroom? Am I going to do this? I'm not happy. It's not hard. What I do is not hard. It's not frustrating, but the hours are longer, and I don't really have a purpose. It doesn't bring me joy. I think that's what COVID taught me. Like, it wasn't the joy part, but where I live, I didn't have to stay indoors. I was so blessed that during the pandemic, I could get up in the morning and go for a walk. There's no one around. I have strawberry fields and dairy pastures near where I live. So I could get up and go for a walk and come home and do my Zoom classroom, and then finish that class and go for another walk and come back and do another Zoom classroom. And there was a lot of peace in that. There was a lot of peace in being able to structure my day in such a way that brought me joy. I was able to help the kids. I was also helping other teachers, and I also had time to take care of me. And leaving home at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting home at 7 o'clock at night and trying to get in bed by 7:45 to do it all over again, there's no joy in that. There's really no joy in that. So more on that as the year progresses. I'll have to make a decision by March or April, I think, about what I really want to do. And what's so crazy is I got the degrees, because even though I need another 2 or 3 years of coursework to clear my administrative credential, I had to go to school to get the preliminary administrative credential. The schooling for educators is just ridiculous. And despite all of that, I'm like, yeah, at this point in my life, I just am not seeing it. So we'll see. We'll see. Have a blessed evening. Have a blessed evening. God bless.